Today, I'm going to show you how to transform your product photos into clean, professional listing images using Canva's Product Photos app. If your shop feels visually inconsistent, this simple tool can completely elevate the look of your collection. When someone visits your shop, they aren't just evaluating one item, they're evaluating your entire collection. And whether we mean to or not, inconsistent backgrounds make a collection feel scattered. Hi, I'm Carol. I have a shop on Etsy called V Vintage Collectibles where I've been selling vintage for over 3 years. When I first started, I photographed wherever the light was good at the moment. On the floor, in a window, on my sideboard, on fabric, on a poster board propped against a chair. I was working hard to get good photos, but visually my shop just looked really chaotic. I got a light box and that did help, but the liners get scratched very quickly and replacing them gets quite expensive. In 2023, I found Canva's Product Photos app and it changed how I approach listing photography. Now, I do have Canva Pro, but this is an app that you can access even without having a paid version of Canva. And by the way, I am not sponsored by Canva. It's just a tool that has consistently worked well for me. There may be other similar tools out there and graphic programs that might do the same thing. So if you use something else, check out your own graphic program first and see if there's anything like this that will help you clean up your photos and get them ready for listings. Today, I will be showing you different backgrounds using this same little product here. It is a crackle glass, art glass little vase. And it's sort of an amberina color. It's got a clear handle. And I did take very well lit photos of this. You do need to start with well lit photos. There's nothing the app can do for your item or your photo if your photos are not well lit to start with. But no matter what background you've got, if the photo is well lit, you can clean up that background in this app. And by the way, in case you're concerned, this tool does not alter your item in any way. It just replaces or refines the background. The piece itself remains exactly as photographed. Now, let's get into that demo. First, I want to show you the pictures that I took of this item. I have this up-close picture of it from one side. You can see how scratched up the surface is here. That's no good. Then I've got a top-looking down view. I have a bottom view of the pontil. I have a view showing that it's almost 3.5 inches tall. Then I show this measurement to show how wide it is or what the diameter is. And then I have a view from the side showing the handle and a view from the other side. And the amberina shows up really nicely in this photo. And then I have another photo from the top showing that the spout is not chipped or cracked or anything. And then I have this last view from the opposite direction, that the view of the first glance of this vase was sitting in. So this is the opposite direction. I have some really nice photos here. They're really well lit. Now I'm going to go into Canva. As I said before, this is not a paid app. This is a free app. So even if you don't have the pro plan like I do, you can access product photos. If it doesn't show up here right away, you can click on apps and then it should show up and you can choose product photos. I will go into product photos and click on that and upload my new images. And there are my 9 images I took of this vase. So I'm just going to highlight all of them. There they are. I'll click next. And these are the e-commerce backgrounds you have to choose from. I think probably the only ones we would want to use in Etsy might be the white background, 3D shadow I really like, white table, platinum. I I wouldn't want to use any of these other ones. Maybe the wooden table, but I am going to, just to start out, I'm just going to show you what it's like with a pure white background. Now, it will prepare all of these photos at one time, all 10 of them, and it does take a few seconds. So you'll see the progress here. There's a percentage. Then this page will open up. You might have to wait for this to finish processing here. You will get a stack of all your photos. You're only going to see one, but if you click into it, there are all of the photos. Now, unfortunately, my ruler did not show up going horizontally, measuring the diameter. I'll deal with that later. But for now, you can see, oops, I didn't mean to click on that. You can see one little issue is that my ruler got cut off here. Now, that doesn't always bother me as long as I can see enough of the ruler to be able to tell how tall the item is. But I just want to show you how you can edit one of these photos if you want to. Just click on it, say use in a design. My custom size is 2000 by 2000 for Etsy. It will put that onto the editing page, and all I have to do then is just enlarge the photo enough, maybe center it. There we go. There we go. And now no more problem with this. So then I will just save this picture individually, download it back into the folder where I got it from. This is the first PNG design, so I'm going to have to name it. The photos I uploaded were JPEGs, so there we go. All right, now I have edited that one, and now I can go back and just save all of them. So notice they all are square. I'm going to say just download all of them. It is going to come up in a zipped folder. It's going to be called whatever background you chose. So I will save it, and I will open up that zip file, extract all of the photos, and I want to get rid of this secondary folder. I want it to go back into the main folder, so I'm going to back out of that. Extract. As soon as it's done, I'll go back into this folder, and there are all of my process photos. I'm not going to keep that zip file because I've already opened everything up out of it. I don't know why I have two. Oh, I know. Okay, I have two because I fixed one, and then this is the one before I fixed it. So I'm going to delete that so I don't accidentally use it. Let's go and try a different background. So I've backed back to product photos. Again, I'll choose my photos, and again, I'm not going to choose all the photos because that just takes too long. I'll just choose 3. Oh, not that one. That's just like the other one. Okay. So I've got 3 files here. I'm going to process. Let's choose a different background. Let's choose the white table. And you can see this is not going to take nearly as long as it did with 9 photos just to do 3. It just takes a few seconds. And then it puts you onto this page where you're going to wait for it to finish being processed. I can go back to these other photos here from this page. To get rid of these, you actually have to go in and actually delete them, which I do once in a while, but usually I just leave them all there. They're not hurting anything. So here again, I've got 3 photos. They're in a stack. I'm going to open them up. Okay. So do you see how this looks so much more realistic? It's got a little shadow on it, especially this one has a really nice shadow. Again, I'm going to go into the one with the ruler, and I am going to fix that so that it doesn't look like my ruler got cut off. There it is. Center it, and I'll save it. Now, you can see that a lot of these backgrounds are fairly similar. So I'll say now, I might repeat myself later on, but my advice would be to choose one of these backgrounds that you really like and stick with that for consistency across your shop. I want to show you maybe I'll just do one photo with the wooden table background. Let's do this one with the wooden table background because it kind of does look cool. And if you're just going to do maybe a styled picture, with this wooden table, that might be good. I don't know if I'd want to have all of my product photos on a wooden table, but it does look kind of cool once in a while, just as a styled photo, to use this wooden background. And it doesn't take very long because there's so few. Okay, so there that is. Let me get it bigger so you can see it. I'm not going to edit it. It does actually have a little bit of a shadow too, which I think makes it look really nice. So let's X out of that. I'm going to save that into my folder, and even if you're only saving one of these, it is going to save as a zip file. So the only way you can get it to download as just one file that's not a zip file is to download it from the editing page. Okay, so there it is. There is my wooden table one. Now, let me show you the one that I actually use in my shop. And so let's back out of this, choose photos. I am going to choose not all of these photos, just a few. I'm going to see if I can get that ruler to show up. All right, that's enough for now. These are the e-commerce backgrounds. They are also automotive backgrounds. And you can see just by looking at these, most of these are totally inappropriate for Etsy listings. Totally appropriate if you are advertising a car. The only two here that would work for Etsy listings, as far as I can see, are the basic gray and the spotlight. Now, I chose spotlight because I have so many white or off-white or clear glass crystal items in my shop, and they don't look good on a white background or even a gray background. So that's why I chose spotlight as the background I use across my shop. And I will show you what those look like. Again, we have to wait, but not as long as if we had 9 photos. And it will come up here as another stack. This will be a stack of 4 with the automotive spotlight background. And this is my favorite. It looks great with white or clear items. It looks great with colored items like this beautiful amberina vase. And this is just the one that I use most of the time. And there's another reason I use this too. Not really a reason, but a perk of using this. And I'll show you this when I open up the stack. Okay, see how my ruler didn't manage to survive the background removal. So what I can do now is this. I'm going to download this. And again, it's going to download a spotlight. I will open it. I will extract my photos. And it's going to want to replace the files that are already named. It's okay. It'll probably replace some of those white background files. And it did. It's fine. So now I am stuck with the fact that I cannot get this to work with the product photo background. But looking straight down on it, it doesn't look too bad. So what I generally do is I will use, for the ruler photos, I'll just use my original photos. So that means this one is going to look like this, and this one, I don't know, that's a little bit scratchy. I might use the spotlight version of that. You just have to be careful of that. Sometimes it will cut out things that you don't necessarily want it to cut out. So now that you have seen several different backgrounds developed, I want to show you how these pictures show up in my listing. So here they are. Notice how, it's very cohesive. All of them have the same background. And guess what? I kept working at it. I finally got a photo that the ruler didn't get cut out of, but I chose not to zoom in because it does show the right measurements. Now back to this page with all of my photos. I do want to show you another kind of edit you can do to these photos. So I'll open one up. Say I'm going to use it in a design, 2000 by 2000, and here it is. What I can do if I want is add some text. So now, I don't usually put text in it unless it's an imperfection that I want to point out. But in this case, I just want to show you that I can put text in there. And even if I wanted to add an arrow and point at it would be kind of weird to do this. But just to show you, I can do it. You can do whatever you want to the picture, and this is especially helpful if there's an imperfection that you want to point out. And then again, you just save it from this window, and it will save as just a single file, not as a zip file. The only zip file is when you download the whole stack at one time. Now, I am not going to use this in my listing, but I just wanted to show you how you could do this. I only showed you the white background, the white table background, the wooden table, and spotlight. I'm going to run a short video clip here though, so that you can see what this particular product looks like with all of the backgrounds that I think would be appropriate for Etsy listings. So enjoy. I hope this demonstration was really helpful for you, and I hope that I've inspired you to want to go in and try to add a little bit more consistency to the collection in your shop. If you decide to use this tool, and I may have mentioned it earlier, but in case I didn't, I encourage you to choose one background and commit to it. It's one thing to have consistency within a listing, but you want to have consistency across your entire shop. That decision to just use one background for all of your product photos can dramatically improve the visual cohesion of your shop. Consistency builds trust, and trust leads to sales. Thanks for being here today.